Welcome back to the Shuffle Squad. Zach Lesage here. Today we're going to be covering over straight Dragapults. No Dust Noir, no Ghost here, just Dragapult, and a handful of techs. We're going to start the game off like any other Dragapult deck, where we're going to use Badoo, Itchy Paw, and stop our opponent from playing item cards, while we build up energy, evolve into Dracloak, use Recon Directive, and then strategically place damage counters with Phantom Dive to make the most of every single situation. Now, the techs that we have are going to vary, where its Blood Moons can be better towards the end of the game when we've used most of our resources. Latias allows us to have free retreat on that Blood Moon. Also, it's a playable card, unlike Switch, when you're under an opposing Badoo lock. We have Monkey Dory to fling damage with Adrena Brain, as our opponent might do damage to us. Maybe they're using Badoo and we fling that Badoo damage right back at them. Genesect to stop our opponent's ace spec, so whether you're playing against a Goldango or you're playing against Prime Catcher, we're able to stop it with its ability. And the new tech that we have here is Maractus. So Maractus allows us, when our opponent's playing little to no switch outs or semi switch outs like Professor Turo, Prime Catcher, Switch, Kieran, whatever, we can use corner and corner and stop our opponent in their tracks while we build up a board. Then we could swoop in and then take 4 prize cards with Phantom Dive. But the big play that we have here is having Genesect with a tool card attached to it and Maractus, because Raging Bolts and Joltik currently do not play an additional switch card other than Prime Catcher, which means now we can turn them to 0, which means against those decks, it's pretty much an auto win as long as we're able to hit our opponent with the corner. It's not going to happen every single game, like a lot of these techs. That's why we have a bunch of one-of cards for different situations. But this build's super consistent, has a lot of supporters. And if I was going to Portland this weekend, it'd probably be one of my top picks for the event. You could scan that QR code in the bottom left-hand corner, or nab the deck from the description to copy and paste right into PTCG Live. If you need any of the cards for these decks, check out our sponsors at Kayfabe Cards, PTCGL Store, and of course, Ultimate Guard if you're trying to sleeve those decks up. We're going to be covering over some gameplay. Give this video a like, share, subscribe, and let us know what you think about it in the comments. Any comment really helps boost the YouTube algorithm, so you know what to do. Let's jump into it. So we won the coin flip, and we want to go second. We want to go second, so we're able to use Badoo as early as possible. And honestly, this hand's not great, but when in doubt, start with a Pokemon that you think is good. Like, Maractus has 2 retreat costs, so we'd have to have Latias in play to get in and out of this. Dreepy, we could retreat it into a Badoo, so that's fine. Let's see what our opponent's playing here. Do we mulligan at all or anything? Nah. Okay, so I don't know if this is Raging Bolt or Baby Moon, or could be a bunch of different things, but we'll play through it. Either way, yeah. Okay, so it is Raging Bolts. Koraidon's like pretty uncommon in their deck now, but it's not a terrible tech choice. So we'd probably want to retreat our Dreepy with Rescue Board if possible, so let's use that. I don't think I care about Maractus right now. Monkey Dory, they're probably not damaging us, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to play Iono. And we're really hoping for Badoo or Buddy Poffin or anything that allows us to get it out. Awesome. So let's go Buddy Poffin, and let's go Badoo, let's go Dreepy, and let's search through our deck. So we can see that we prized double Dracloak, we prized a Dragapult, 3. We could go for the Genesect and Maractus strategy that I was talking about, but we could also see how it goes. Everything else seems generally okay. I'd rather keep this for Monkey Dory just in case. And when it comes to the energies, I'd like to split the energy than the one on the rescue board. So let's go ahead and slap this energy on there, retreat, send up, and let's go for Itchy Paw and speak to Psychic, not Grass. Not that it matters, but we should be okay to just go Itchy Paw, and we're just going to keep on building up our board. Our opponent probably can't do much. They're probably not getting out of the active. Probably not doing anything, to be honest. Starting with a 2 prize card or 2 retreat cost Pokemon against Itchy Pollen means they can't play Switch. Now they could play Turo. They could go Noctowl Turo and maybe attack us with Myriad Leaf Shower, but that's really not saying too much. I'm fine with the Iono. Our hand actually was not great. Even though we had Arven, we could have had mobility. We're really just trying to get a Dracloak here, and we have Dracloak plus Iono. So we're chilling. There's their Noctowl. They already played a supporter, which means they cannot get a deactive, as far as I know. And I know a lot. These things. I'm just trying to think about all the cards that our opponent could play. Biggest thing that you could probably do in Pokemon is do some reactionary gameplay. The Earthen Vessel's never going to get played, which means that because we're going to Itchy Pollen them until we take advantage, and we're in such a good spot that we win the game. Rock Scouting sounds great. So we're going to go Brock Scouting, and we're just going to search for Dracloak. Let's just draw some cards. We can always use Ultra Ball afterwards. So I'm going to evolve the one with the energy first. We don't have any rare candies, so it's usually better to evolve those ones. Recon Directive. I'd like to have another energy. You might be like, why wouldn't you grab Dragapult? Well, we don't want to evolve right away. Latias could be helpful. Fez could be helpful. I don't even know if I want to go Dracloak right now. Like, I could go Iono. I think I'm going to discard Iono, and I'm going to discard... I think I'm going to discard Latias because I think everything else makes sense. Let's grab another Dracloak because we're trying to compound it with Itchy Pollen, right? Like, leveraging the amount of turns that we get with Recon, because we could just sit here behind, and our opponent's going to get to a point where they just draw past. Let's grab a draw supporter because we don't have one. And we're going to split our energies just in case our opponent does find a way to attack this Dracloak next turn. I don't want to put Pheasantipity down right yet. And let's go Itchy Pollen. So again, you're trying to Itchy Pollen, lock your opponent where it hurts, build up this huge board behind. And you can see we already have our Dracloak. So since we don't have any kind of normal energy acceleration, the only one that we have that would be considered would be experience share. There's nothing that our opponent can do here. Like, they knock us out, we have another one built up. So we're just really trying to build up this army. And there's boss's orders. We're going to have to retreat this. That's fine. But they have to waste the boss's orders. Like, they'll always lose this prize trade. There's no way for us to get out of this. So let's go ahead and... I think I just want to Arven and guarantee the energy with Earthen Vessel. That seems fine. I'm okay to grab an EXP share. That's cool. I don't think there's anything I want to discard out of my hand, so let's start with going Recon Directive, and I'd rather get a Dreepy to put down because I'd like to get another Pokemon out. Let's go Recon Directive here again, see if there's a card we can discard with Earthen Vessel. In this case, we just grab the Fire Energy, and we're not going to play the Earthen Vessel, but we have one for next turn. I think we have the same amount of energies, so we can retreat with either one of these. I'm just going to discard that. Let's go this. Let's put Dreepy down. And then when it comes down to the Pokemon that we're going to be using with EXP share, I'm probably just going to put it on this other Dracloak. Just in case our opponent plays Iono or anything else like that, let's go Itchy Pollen. So we're still not ready to attack yet. And I'm trying to think of the best way that I want to approach this. Like, we could knock out this Teal Mask Ogerpon, but a lot of the time I want to play from behind. And you can see, it's just going to go right into our turn. Our opponent might concede out of frustration. But this is why we wanted to build up the Recon Directive, because we're just getting so many free draws. I could search out the Hawlucha, so let's go for a Boss's Orders. Let's go Recon Directive. Like, a lot of the time it's not really going to matter. Oh, we already have the Boss's Orders. Duh, that would have been... I'm just going to do this and get our other energies. I should have definitely grabbed Hawlucha there. So we don't have Dragapult. We're not going to really do anything. At this point, I'm going to put the Fire Energy there, because if they knock out that, then I have the EXP share. I don't want to play Iono because I don't want to give our opponent any opportunities. So let's go for Itchy Pollen. Okay, there's Crispin. They could just attach retreats, and they're going to take the first single prize card, and they could be in a world of pain, depending on how this goes. So I wouldn't be surprised if they attach to Koraidon to make that, like, retreats, or use Unrelenting Onslaught. They could do Unrelenting Onslaught and hit us. It's a really interesting choice to attach the energy, because based off everything else, they probably just don't have another energy in hands, and they can't use Earthen Vessel to grab those energies. Okay, they have free retreat. They're going to just attack us with Teal Mask. Teal Mask sounds like it's a huge mistake. But that's fine. Whatever. We're going to hit that for 200, and we're going to set up this game to win the game, because we're just going to go 2-2-2-2-2. We'll send up Dracloak, and this is really when we need to get Dragapult out. We really need to get Dragapult out. Let's go. Pheasantipity goes down here. Since this has an EXP share, we're going to split our energies once again. And at this point, I don't care about knocking, like, we can't bring up any of our opponent's Pokemon to stall, to try to knock out, like, set up damage counters strategically with Phantom Dive. So it's best for us to just go Unfair Stamp, because we have a higher chance of getting into a supporter that can get us out of Dragapults. We don't have cards for Dragapult yet, but let's double check with Buddy Poffin to see if there's anything there. Yeah, there's nothing else there. We don't care about that though. Let's go. We could put down another JB, but I could wait. Let's try to draw 3 cards with Flip the Script first. It's usually better to draw more cards than not. We'll have access to Jacques now, so we're okay with everything. Let's use Jacques first to grab out Dragapults. And let's go for Recon Directive. Boss seems good, so we have access to whatever we want to do. Just in case, we'll go Recon Directive here. Let's grab another energy. That sounds good. Let's evolve this one into Dragapults. So our opponent's probably going to try to knock that out next turn, but I actually just don't think they have the possibility to do there. They have Area 0, so I might as well put this down. There's no reason not to. I don't think they're going to play Iono. I'm just going to use Phantom Dive. Now, when it comes to using Phantom Dive, we want to be as strategic as possible. Let's place damage counters on the Fez. Let's place damage counters on Latias. And then let's place 4 damage counters here. You might be like, why aren't you putting Teal Mask? Well, I'm going to put it on Pokemon that I think I'm going to knock out. I could care less about this. A lot of the time, it's going to be a prize trade, because what I'm trying to do next turn is go Counter Catcher and match the other ones. So I'm going to knock out 10 here. So I'm trying to draw multiple prize cards per turn. So even though I drew no prize cards there, I think our opponent just attacks us with Myrid Leaf Shower like 9 out of 10 times here, because their hand's at 2 cards and they just don't get the knockout. So we beat the prize trade almost every single time. So that's cool. We're chilling. There's nothing our opponent's really doing here. And this is where we're going to use our Counter Catcher. And we're going to use Counter Catcher to bring up our opponent's Pheasantipity. Because now they can't draw cards when we take 4 prize cards. And this is what makes this deck so good, by the way. So if they knock out our active, the energy moves on to this Dracloak. If they knock out this Dracloak, then we just have a Dragapult and we win the game. And they're going to send up their Raging Bolt. So the game is 100% scripted for us to win right now. Without us doing anything. But let's go for Recon Directive. Let's get set up with this. I don't even want to attach the energy right yet. Actually, we can, because we got Night Stretcher. That seems fine. We could have maybe waited on the Night Stretcher for next turn, so that would have been fine. I'm just going to move the energy here. And, like, I could care less about what I draw. So I'm just going to evolve here, just in case they do play an Iono or anything and it gets annoying. But I reasonably, I don't need to evolve. I'm just trying to be like extra careful, just in case they put like a Bravery Charm on this. I'm going to hit it for an extra 5. And now I'm going to hit the extra 1 on the Teal Mask. So whatever 2 prize cards they have, we're going to get the knockout. Oh, I should have knocked out the Teal Mask Ogerpon on the bench, but that's fine. It doesn't change anything for us. I forgot that we were knocking out both. So we could have drawn 4 prize cards then, but we could just draw 4 prize cards next turn. So at least we're prepared against Bravery Charm if that happens. But our opponent's going to be able to draw a Fez and attack us with Myrid Leaf Shower. We have Boss in hand. So if they do not disrupt us, we have Game in hands. And they're going to be at 3 prize cards. So we slowed down the game enough where we just really struck at the right time. And our opponent has nothing here that they can do. We just completely controlled this game. There's the fire energy that we want. There's the Pokemon powered up. So we definitely should have knocked out this Pokemon so that our opponent, so we didn't have to play a boss. Like, definitely just missed that, but it's fine, whatever. Let's go boss, bring up this, and then we just knock out whatever we want. Like, we could have even gone next turn. Like, we had so much wiggle room, it didn't matter. So there's the 10, there's whatever. We can, like, sometimes you can knock out single prize card Pokemon, use Hawlucha, but we're going to knock out the active, knock out whatever, take 4 prize cards, profit. Dragapult's broken. We didn't have to use the Maractus strategy, but 4 prize cards at once. And it's just really Badoo, set up, and then attack, attack. Really, really easy gameplay. So as you can see, this deck is strong. I completely put my opponent in a situation where they couldn't do anything. They got the first attack off, that's fine. We responded as best as we possibly could. They had no answer, and then we just win the game. This deck is about taking away opportunities from your opponent, and if that sounds fun to you, this is a great deck. If you're like, hey, Dragapult sounds lame, well, it is one of the best decks for a reason. It stops your opponent from playing the game and then maps the game out to win in like 3 big attacks, which is incredibly powerful. And a lot of the times you can't really do too much about it. So I think it's a great deck for Journey Together, and it's a great deck for Destined Rivals because the format doesn't necessarily change too much after that. Shaman's not blocking it, it's just damage, not damage counters. So I totally recommend this deck. And you can always scan the QR code, check out our sponsors for the cards, sleeve the deck up with some Ultimate Guard sleeves. And if you're trying to get any coaching, hit me up on Metafy, metafy.gg/@Decklist. Totally love to help you on your Pokemon journey. Other than that, we have more great content coming up this week, and we'll catch up real soon. Peace out and have a great one. Want to support the Shuffle Squad? Be sure to check out all of our sponsors in the description to pick up Pokemon TCG singles, sealed, and PTCG live codes.
Tabi no hajimari wa tsune ni michi e no ippo de aru. Sore wa yami e to tsuzuku. 初めの一歩を踏み出すには勇気がいる。そして旅の終わりには旅を始めた時の自分とは別人になっているかもしれない。旅に出よう。物語の次の章がお主を待っている。将軍の道を歩め。侍の箱とともに。アルティメットガードが送る冒険の第一章。刀将軍の道近日発売。
Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that you enjoyed the content that we have today, and maybe you'll click on one of these other videos, enjoy those videos too. If you haven't already, give this video a like, subscribe to the channel, and let us know in the comments what video you want to watch next. Until next time, we'll catch up with all y'all later. Have yourself a great day.